Of the knockout. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I can say I'm enjoying being the host. So, it's a lot of fun and all that. Today we have a particularly exciting matchup. One of my all-time favorites, Superman, argued by John's Comics with Kids, and Darkseid, another of the biggest of the bad, argued by Burke Family 54. So it's really cool. So two big powerhouses, and I cannot wait to hear their arguments. So let's bring both guys into the chat, shall we? Please welcome John's Comics with Kids.
Yo!
And Burke Family 54. How's it going, guys?
Hashtag Team No Sleeves.
Well, Team Superman, I'm just saying.
You got to do that right off the bat, man. Got to let them know.
So, welcome.
We're not down with the sleeves.
So, I've had the great privilege of losing to both these guys. I don't know how how Thanos lost against Darkseid, but apparently he did. And for someone who's arguing for the Justice League, he was certainly supporting the Avengers behind him on the wall. So I thought all those votes should have gone for me, just saying.
I will say, I would have voted for these same two components to go head-to-head.
Yeah.
So I would have voted for Darkseid, and I would have voted for the Justice League, or inversely Superman. So,
well, welcome, good no good comics. Thank you very much for catching the show. So, runs about an hour, like you said. They've been shorter when they've been runaways, and a little bit longer, just a hair when it's been a longer fight. So, Adrian, good to see you. Timing Smile, good to see you. Old Wolf, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello. So
he's texting me. My phone keeps buzzing. It's Old Wolf.
All right, so we flipped the coin before the show. John will open up his argument first, followed by Burke, and then we'll go into the we'll go into the main argument and all that. And like last time, I will try mostly to just listen with occasional questions in there. I got a little too involved, I felt, last time, because it's hard to step back totally. You and Matt always have a good time with Comicgories, so it's kind of, so it is what it is. So, all right, so we're going to throw the ball over to you. It's hard to do this. Throw the ball over to you to start the round. So take it away, John.
So yeah, this is one of those comic book debates that's an all-time classic, kind of like Batman versus Superman. We are talking Superman versus the biggest bad at DC, in my opinion, Darkseid. This is a great discussion. That's kind of the fun part of having comic books on YouTube and all these discussions. So I was very excited to be involved in this, mostly because I know that through history, when these people match up, Superman's the guy that walks away with the victory. So we kind of already know how this is going to end. It doesn't mean Darkseid's not awesome. I have been avidly collecting his first appearances, and I think he's just a really authentically awesome character. Shout out to Jack Kirby. But for me, this battle comes down to more than just Omega beams, and you're going to hear a lot about them tonight. It's more about just overall ability, power, and when you talk about those things, he is Superman for a reason. A lot of times when Darkseid is able to get an advantage on Superman, it's because he brings like threatening sort of elements to civilians, and he sort of taunts Superman with the idea that, like, no, you got to rush over and protect people. You can't just fight. But that's the whole point of this battle is there's no civilians in the way. There's no army of, apocalypse that's going to help anybody here. It's just Superman laying a beat down on Darkseid, which is awesome and supremely entertaining. It's happened many, many times, and a couple of little fancy Omega beams is just never going to be enough to stop Kal-El. And I think in the end, that's what this all comes down to. It's all show and fun and whatever, but it's Superman, and he's just not going to lose in that competition. He's got the strength, he's got the speed, he's got the resilience. And, if you take away the armies and I've got some force field that blocks the power of the sun or whatever, if it's just mano a mano, we know how this is going to end.
Cool.
Wow. That was quite the opening statement there, John. I appreciated that. Okay, so we both know that Darkseid he's a god. Like, he's the baddest dude probably in all of comics. So bad that he beat Thanos, which is apparently the biggest bad ever. So shout out to me for, talking about how good he is that he beat Thanos. Anyways, Darkseid is a god. And if you've ever watched any of the animated movies or read any of the comic books, it takes more than just Superman to be able to take down Darkseid. Now, Superman is a bad dude. Like, he's obviously what everyone strives to be. He's got goodness in his heart. He can do anything, fight anyone. He'll always do that. But Darkseid and his Omega beams and his god-like energy and everything he can do is probably, like I said, the baddest dude in comic books. He's got all sorts of abilities, and we'll talk about a lot of those tonight. But I think there's a reason why it takes an entire planet or entire army of superheroes just to beat one guy, and and all it takes to beat Superman is Doomsday, which doesn't really. I mean, Doomsday doesn't have Omega beams, so I'll just put that out there. Darkseid is a god. Superman is not. Darkseid will win.
Careful, you get the tension from the other. That's hilarious.
# Team No Sleeves.
Yeah, Magic Lasso is like, am I supposed to pick my favorite teacher? So I'm like, be careful, detention is.
What's that?
Have you started school yet?
Yeah, I've been in class for about 4 weeks now. My oldest just started in class today.
Yeah.
Do they let your kids go back to your school in person?
Yes.
So they're letting them come in just where.
But I don't have the public school issue of number of kids in a classroom. I mean, I'm sorry to derail the show here, but the big issue in my daughter's middle school classroom is 40 kids in a room. I'm a private school. I'm not going to have more than 15 anyways. So I'm not it's not a thing where I'm going to have to worry about distancing my kids in a room because they're all right.
What they did is they made our school. Back to
the subject.
Sorry. I just
it's all right.
And then I'll be done.
Automatic loss to whoever talks about school right now.
So anyway, half coming in the morning, half coming in the afternoon. Kids only go to school for half a day. The classes are half as big.
All right, but before we jump into it, I'd like to say,
teacher too. He's like, blah,
before I like to jump into it. Let's say, if anyone has a point in the chat, like I said earlier, bring it up. I'll highlight it if I catch it to help the sides out. But I will start the ball rolling with Burke's point, John, that in the Superman the Animated Show, it took everyone to kick Darkseid's butt. I mean, in Justice League War, it took everyone to kick Darkseid's butt, and it was the robot, not Darkseid himself. So how do you compensate for that when it's just Superman?
Well, I mean, I think there's many sort of iterations of Darkseid that I've seen in the comics. I saw some people even say that Superman's never actually faced the official Darkseid, that he's faced these other iterations. So then how do you possibly define who could win when that's never actually happened? He fought a robot. So that doesn't tell me what Darkseid would do. That tells me what a robot would do. It doesn't have any bearing on the reality. And to the God point, I would just quote Hulk and say, puny God. I don't really care.
Oh. Okay. All right. Okay.
So.
Oh, I didn't know if you had a question for me, or you're going to ask me a question, or
I'm like I said, I'm trying to get the ball rolling now. But you two do basically.
Oh, are we duking it out?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
like I said, I will try to supplement questions when I can, but otherwise it's you two going at it. So otherwise, pretend I'm not here in a sense.
Okay. Well, okay. So if you said puny God, I mean, come on. Darkseid is not Loki. You know what I mean? Darkseid would just smash Loki. You know what I mean? Like he is. I got a whole list. You ready for some abilities here? Is that where we're up to now?
Let's hear some Omega Beams talk.
Okay, I mean, Omega Beams are basic. Okay, so Superman and Darkseid both can shoot basically lasers of fire out of their eye. But Superman can't make it follow people and go around buildings and whatnot. He just destroys buildings. It falls on people like it does in Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman. He made Batman almost kill him, man. Darkseid can just go right around that building and catch up to Superman. You know what I mean? So yeah, the Omega Beams are definitely superior than whatever.
I agree. I think on that point, if before you go to the second point, I agree that his Omega Beams probably outbeat Superman's laser vision, whatever you want to call it. But I also have seen comics where Superman withstood the Omega Beams and it didn't harm him in any significant way. So I kind of feel like it's hard to know. That's one of those questions for me, at least as a reader. I don't know how he would actually fare down against those. It's interesting.
It is interesting, but I will say this also, that Darkseid, I mean, he's got those boom tubes, he's got those mother boxes. He can travel in an instant, you know what I mean? Superman, he has time traveled. He actually did use, there was an Action Comics Rebirth where he used the Flash's cosmic treadmill, and that was pretty cool. But he can't travel in an instant like Darkseid can. He can't beat the Flash in a race. You know what I mean? He can't beat Darkseid. He can't beat the Flash. Who can he beat? You know what I mean?
And I love the boom tube as part of the Darkseid
mythology.
Culture. And I think it's kind of interesting to his universe. But I think in a battle against Superman, it would be unneeded and it wouldn't really serve any function. And it's cool. Sure. Superman's speed is being brought up a bunch in the chat, and I'm glad that shows the chat knows what they're talking about, because speed-wise, Superman's on another level.
He is on another level.
And Darkseid would be at a severe weakness in this. And I think that would be one of the areas in which Superman would pull up as being a more talented fighter, because his speed would give him this significant edge.
Lex Luthor is not okay. He's a good DC Comics villain created a long time ago.
Yes, I wanted to get into this, Gore, but I was going to let Burke finish his. He had some other things he wanted to cover, I thought.
Oh, I was just going to say all his abilities. If you guys want to hear his abilities, I could.
That's fine. Or I wanted to go into all the people who've defeated Darkseid, because that is a list and a half. And I actually when I read on it, I didn't realize Batman defeated him.
I mean, you give Batman enough prep time, he can beat anyone. You know what I mean?
Batman beat Darkseid. Okay, at this point, it's getting a little crazy. Of course, Mr. Miracle, that was a phenomenal. Yeah, veggie tray, knife hidden in a veggie tray. It works. It happens. So for me, I feel like I know Darkseid is presented as omnipotent and you just can't stop him.
Right.
But he has been stopped, and many times.
Cool. But your list, Burke, you have some more?
Oh, I was just going to say his abilities, because we all know.
I love hearing it.
We all know Superman's abilities. They're very similar. They can both fly. They both got lasers coming out of their eyes. Superman can run fast and fly fast.
Can Darkseid survive out in space? I was thinking about that earlier today, because I know Superman can use breath.
The movies show that he can, and the comic books show that he can. So I assume so, because he's a god,
Yeah,
so
I just had that thought earlier today, so I couldn't decide if it would be an advantage to knock the man into space or not. So,
well, I did go to the exact same college as Clark Kent. We literally went to the exact same college, according to Superman Year One. No big deal. We went to the same college, majored in the same thing. No big deal. Darkseid actually does have genius level intellect, and they both are invulnerable, durability, agility, and are basically immortal and skilled hand to hand. John, your lighting is amazing.
I didn't think it was, but thank you. I appreciate that. Usually I'm on a panel with people that are shrouded in darkness, like Alec likes to be.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a change of pace for me. Everybody's well lit.
Well, and I mean, yeah. I will say this: Don was one of the people that got me into YouTube.
You can blame me for all of it.
He challenged me and D Comic Queen to make our first video. It was at the end of December of 2018, so January 2019. I think January 2nd, I made my first video. So thank you, John.
Thanks,
So
man.
I got a question for you, Burke.
Okay.
Superman, and Darkseid has his army, he has his boom tubes, he has all that, like you said. But does that mean he'd be a little rusty in fighting? Like he wouldn't be as apt as Superman? Superman's more muscle and all that and used to fighting. Yes, he works as a team in Justice League, but he can also stand on his own. Darkseid would, I think, if I understand the psyche, would be like, Furies, go get him. You know, Granny, go get him. And all that. And then when everyone else fails, fine, I'll step in.
Yeah, he's a lot like Thanos in that, where he sends his army out first to go fight his battle, and then if he has to, he will, because he's a bad dude. But yeah, you're correct. He sends the army out first to go make Superman tired and the whole Justice League tired.
That to me says that Superman would be the better fighter if he can stand on his own without the army. Yeah, I might be a little bit tired, but if he goes,
Darkseid is like 5 times the size of Superman now. Like he's huge.
I love that thumbnail that you put together, Matt, where it was like Superman's back and Darkseid looking down on him, and you get the size differential.
Yeah. Well,
but for me, it's more about, you know, because in a one-on-one fight, speed and quick thinking come down to the key elements. And Burke mentioned the genius level thinking of Darkseid, which is great for planning a massive battle and organizing pieces and building technology to defeat your foes. But if it's just a one-on-one fisticuff, all that goes out the window. It's lightning reflexes and speed that beat the game.
Yeah,
it's a boxing.
And Omega rays. And Omega rays.
And Omega beams.
And Omega beams.
I love that picture. Do you know what that's from? It's from a video game?
No, I've been
Injustice, right? That's Injustice.
I'm not sure, but I've been lucky to find some pictures like this, where like Wolverine and Black Panther were in the one picture together.
That was cool.
So I had to just do that, and so I found because Darkseid and Superman are the same universe and all that, I was a lot more likely to find pictures of them together like that. And so I found pictures like this to promote. So yeah, I just wanted to show what you guys were talking about, because this is actually one of my favorites that I've put together because of that. You know,
I love it. Yeah,
Cool.
Looking up, I love the light coming out of his eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a one-on-one fight, I think it removes a lot of the things that make that make Darkseid
same. Just Darkseid was first.
When you have an entire army at your beck and call, you have all the planning and strategy that he can do. You have all the technology of Apocalypse and all of the, the soldiers and troops that he has. I think those things are removed from play. He also is really good, like I said, of putting Superman in a position where he's got to like take care of civilians while fighting. And if that is removed from play as well, I think somebody in the chat mentioned the fact that Superman doesn't have to hold back. And I think most of the time when Superman fights, he holds back.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the was that Justice League Unlimited or whatever. That scene at the very end when Darkseid comes back to life, going, "I feel like I live in a world full of cardboard, always worried about breaking something, but you can take it, big guy." See what? It's just how powerful I really am. So it's like, yeah, Superman. We don't really know Superman's upper limit because he doesn't really be challenged all that often. It seems like Darkseid is one of the few beings that would actually push him to the max. But even then, it seems like just fly a little bit close to the sun for a recharge, and then he comes back down to a fight, and then he's ready to go again.
John, really, I have to ask you, John. I have to ask you a question, John. Who wins in a fight between Doomsday and Darkseid? Who would you take there? Because Doomsday killed Superman.
I would barely say he half killed Superman, because Superman was back within like 10 issues or whatever. It was not like he was gone. And then Superman beat him.
He did beat him and killed him for.
If you're gonna say he beat him, how would you argue that Superman didn't beat Doomsday at the exact same time? Because they basically killed each other, right?
Yeah, it was he finally figured out how to get into Doomsday, whatever, that his bones were, his spikes were his bones protruding, and he heard
Mhm.
But yeah, it literally
So,
took a Kryptonian super weapon to kill a Kryptonian. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Could.
I will say I'm not up enough on Doomsday to answer some of those questions because I legitimately, somebody was trying to explain to me how every time he dies, he can't get killed the same way again, which bears no logic. I can't understand that. You mean if I shoot somebody in the head, the next time they're immune to bullets? Like, I don't understand the logic of his power, meaning like, you blew me up and now I am immune to explosions. Like, I don't understand his abilities and how he evolves. But I would logically choose Darkseid over Doomsday.
But I think Dudes brings up a very good point that we kind of rely on Superman's always holding back, similar to Batman has a plan.
All right, I got an ace in the hole. Are you ready? Are you ready for it?
Bring it up, Ace.
Superman doesn't have the anti-life equation. Do you know what that is, John?
I do. Because I work with the anti-joy equation. So
is that school or
that's Alec
or what? Is that
that's why I love comics. Yeah, the anti-life equation, which obviously is a huge part of where did I put
Darkseid's mythology and all that. Yeah,
the equation is 3.1415. Oh, that's pi. Never mind. Go on.
But Deceased is obviously about the anti-life equation,
and that's an epic book. I love both series so far.
But what I'm basically saying is, if this is a one-on-one fight, he doesn't get technology. He doesn't get weapons, tools. It's just the individual and what they have as their ability. So I think that would
he could use that to control Superman though.
But that sounds like a device he would have to have. I don't know that it's like
I don't know though, because I mean, did you read Speed Metal?
I did not, but I don't like Dark Knight's Metal, so I didn't read Death Metal either. Oh,
well, yeah, because you're not reading anything Jokers, because you're not about the Joker life. That's a whole other argument.
Yeah, it's a whole other problem with DC. Although I did grab 2 DC books today, they both had a hell of a lot of lanterns.
Dude, I love that cover. Oh, dude, Thanatos would be so happy.
Far Sector has been great. It's just a whole lot of fun.
Dude, Matt's awesome. But yeah,
so I don't understand necessarily
you can use it anytime. It's like in your mind.
Because I thought he was still trying to uncover it and that he actually hadn't mastered it yet, and that it was something he was trying to learn.
He has. Okay. Comic books, you know what I mean?
I thought I heard something about he found it, but yet something like, oh, if he didn't like it, or
it's like Thanos with the stones.
He lost his car keys, and then the anti-life equation was with it. God dang it,
John! I appreciated this, man. We're coming up with all sorts of good stuff here, man.
I mean, honestly, it's the fun of it is it's one of those all-time debates, right? Justice League versus Avengers, DC versus Marvel, Superman versus Apocalypse, the whole Apocalypse universe. There's like a lot of these discussions that are just eternally comic book fun, and that's like the joy of these kind of things. And I thank you to Matt for coming up with this sort of epic tournament for all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
well, I'm watching Comicgories thinking there's got to be something. I mean, I like arguing. I get plenty of it at home. So it's just like going, because my brother gets tired of debates because he always loses. I'm going, well, if you just argue with me more, you might stand a better chance of winning. You don't do it. That's why you lose. But no, I was like, always like the whole comic superhero kind of thing. I'm always imagining fights in my head or in kind of things and all that. So I just, between Comicgories, and I thought of, if I could have that in a courtroom, that'd be a lot of fun and kind of thing. And that's how the Knockout appeared, the courtroom boxing kind of thing. So are we about good with the discussion? You want to wrap up our arguments here, or do you guys want to keep going?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've brought up a lot of their powers, a lot of maybe the weaknesses. I think we haven't really discussed kryptonite, but if we're fighting mano a mano, then there's not really you're not really allowed a weapon, or it's not like he can build a kryptonite sword and fight him. But I mean, a kryptonite it's important to know weaknesses, and I know that
you can just throw kryptonite down a boom tube and just hit Superman in the head, and boom.
Well, and then I can't remember the weakness of Darkseid that Batman puts into a bullet and shoots him with, but like Batman just basically built a gun, and the bullet killed Darkseid. And it's like, okay, well, if he can build that, then why isn't everybody just building a Darkseid gun and shooting him with it?
Sure. Well, here's what
Batman has copyrights.
Right, yeah, he's not allowing anyone else to make the anti-Darkseid gun because in case Darkseid attacks and Batman's not around, we're all
he put a copyright and patent on that gun and bullet.
Right.
I've been dropping the link for those of you in the chat, and I'll drop it again. So, okay, we'll have John. We'll have you wrap it up. We'll start your closing argument, and then Burke will have his, and then we'll wait a few more minutes or a minute or two more, and we'll share the result of the live stream. So, take it away, John, for your closing statement.
I'll start by saying that if it was a popularity or who's cooler contest, I would probably vote Darkseid because I do tend to like villains more than heroes for the most part. And Superman's a little goody-goody for me on occasion. But if you're just talking about straight up mano-a-mano fights, I don't think there's a whole lot of competition here. I do feel like Superman would take the day, especially without any caveats, right? No civilians in the way, no armies, no boom tubes sending in troops and female furies and none of that. If it's just one guy versus one guy, and the powers that they have incarnate, I do think Superman's speed and Superman's just pure strength and power would take the day. Darkseid's a cooler character, in my opinion, and I am actively collecting his key issues. But collectability aside, I think this is definitely a rout by Superman. But, it's an entertaining one nonetheless.
Don't you have this first appearance of Darkseid in your collection?
I don't have the Forever People issue yet.
Okay, I know you.
But I do have the Jimmy Olsen books. The Forever People, I believe I got issues, bought it for me, and he wants to trade for something, but we've never done the trade yet. He's got that, and I've got the book he wants. We just have to organize a trade.
I remember when you got that. It was Christmas 2018.
All right.
Good memory, yeah.
I remember
it's got a Jack Kirby signature on the cover that I have yet to get verified, but it looks really close.
Well, yeah, let's get your closing argument, then we can wrap this up while we're.
Sorry. John and I are just over here just reminiscing about.
No problem.
So here's what I'll say. Honestly, Darkseid is a way bigger of a badass than Superman. There's no doubt about it. He's probably, like I said, the biggest villain, or probably the best villain in comic books. So much so that Marvel decided to recreate him into Thanos. Now, obviously, Superman does have some, he's got speed and he can fly and he's got the lasers, but he doesn't have a mega beams. He doesn't have an anti-life equation. He's not as big as Darkseid is. Obviously, that's not a huge deal because they're both super strong. He doesn't have the mega beams. He doesn't have a whole bunch of things. It takes an entire army of Justice League characters to defeat Darkseid. I don't believe that just Superman can do it by himself. Darkseid is the best villain there is, and I want to say Superman because he started all comic books, but Darkseid is the biggest badass in comics. So hashtag team no sleeves.
I feel like you have to just finish your statement with Darkseid is.
Darkseid is hashtag team no sleeves.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I'm going to drop the link one more time. We're going to wait another minute or two for everyone to wrap up to go vote. So the link's been dropped one more time if you have trouble finding it. So Wrongberg.
Thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys have been awesome, dropping some great facts.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been one of the more engaging.
Can next time you do a like a White Ranger versus Green Ranger talk, Tommy versus Tommy? I'd love to be on that panel.
Yeah. Well, when I do season 2 of the Knockout, I haven't decided yet if I want to just do superhero stuff or I want to open it up just a little bit, because I'm not sure how I could throw in anime characters like Goku or Power Ranger, for example, and all that, and how it'd fare and all that. I mean, something I might just discuss.
You got to get some indie characters in there for John. John's a big indie guy.
Well, it gets more hypothetical, right? The further out you get from a given universe, they'll never have matched up. So everything you're saying is as hypothetical as you can make it, trying to say, how would this power rank against this power, right?
Yeah, so that's my thing. It's one of the things I'll have to talk about during one of my comic book hangout videos and all that. Me invite a few people on there. What do you think? Should we just keep it to comic books because it's most likely to have gone over?
Power Rangers is comic books.
True that. So anyway, But yeah, so like this is one of the things. I'm not quite sure exactly, but I think what I'll do is end up having like a list of like say 20 characters or whatever, and then we'll have, you know, a list of, okay, I agree to be on contenders, you know, 8 people to pick that list, and then we're gonna randomize, you know, randomize the setup and all
I
that.
think also the fun of it is to get like what to Old Wolf saying stay mainstream. I think what could be fun is getting the lesser known characters involved, right? Some of those tier B and C characters.
So we get like the Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers.
Get Booster Gold in there, you know. Get
I love Booster Gold, man. Love Booster Gold.
Booster Gold's a beast, man. I love Booster Gold too.
Yes.
Cool.
What are you trying to sway the chat?
Homelander, dude, yes.
Cool. All right, let's share the screen now. And
Uh-oh. Something happened there.
You clicked mute on yourself there. Oh, it's that keyboard thing you were having, that problem you were having. Yeah, I remember that. He can share. You know, we can take over the show. Welcome to the Burke and John Show,
where we talk comic books and teaching.
Oh man. I actually got all my books today, so I was reading earlier today.
I can't go until Thursday because so I look at.
There you go.
I know it's going to be hard to see. Check out this die cover, man.
Everyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, good.
This might be one of the covers of the week.
You like Die or Die?
This is just Die, just the one.
Which one do you like better?
I've never read Die.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Are we ready for the results?
Did you vote for me?
Mentally prepared, emotionally prepared.
Let's see it.
Let's see where, there it is. All right, so the results are in. Whoa.
I won.
Burke fan.
He swayed the chat. It happened.
Awesome. By one vote.
By one vote.
I cannot believe it.
I should have voted. Did you vote? Oh, Burke probably voted.
I'm
not sure if I
did. I did vote. So if John, so it's a tie. So Mr. Comics 89, you have to be the decider because John would have voted for himself and that would have been a tie.
Actually, I probably would have voted for Darkseid.
Well, no, because I don't know, because my favorite superhero, my favorite character in the beginning was Superman. So I think I would not be. I don't think I would be. So here, let's just.
I would have voted for Darkseid, so it's fine.
If there's anyone who hasn't voted yet, please vote now. You know, let's see.
Or forever hold your peace.
Vote now, forever hold your peace, and then we're gonna go with whatever is there. Because I'm not gonna.
I feel like it's fair and square. Because I would have voted. I would not have voted for me. I would have voted for Darkseid.
Oh yeah, here we go. Face Off there. Here you go. Let's do one final.
By the way, I love Face Off. That movie's great.
Yeah, Face Off.
Let's do that. Let's do that real quickly here. Throw out another couple of brief argument here.
No. We don't need another round. I know you really want Superman to stay in this thing because you lost him against Thor. You lost him. That has decided twice.
Burke report. What does that even mean? I don't know what that means, Rod. But kudos to John for rocking.
Your Instagram reports on how your channel's doing that you post.
Oh yeah, I do that. I do post.
Burke report,
dude. Yeah, man, it's doing well. The channel's doing well, man.
You're kicking my butt. You've been kicking my butt for months now.
Well, I've been putting a lot of work into it.
You have been.
I have been.
So you didn't vote, John, you said?
John needs to vote.
But I would have voted for Darkseid, so it doesn't matter.
Well, then there you have it.
Yeah.
Darkseid wins because he would have voted for the character he thought cooler, and that was Darkseid. So Darkseid.
It's still 12-11.
Yeah.
As well.
So yeah, still 12-11. So Darkseid wins. Superman lost again, man.
So does that mean I'm the champion?
No, it means you move on to the next round. Let me see if I can get
these other people.
Let's see, I'll get it up here. Let's see, where did I have it? I had it on one of these files. I swear, sometimes my system works and sometimes I still can't find my own stuff.
But see, Carlito, Darkseid wouldn't be allowed to have any items. It would just be himself. He wasn't. He's not
John's argument. I didn't agree to that.
Yeah. No kryptonite in this battle. Hello, Comic Poser. Sorry I didn't say hi to you. You were saying something about D&D. I thank you for watching that. It's been a lot of fun. A lot of good chuckles.
Thank you, Comic Book Poser, for joining the Burke family membership today. He joined the family tier, which is the highest tier. So I appreciate
So
that.
here's how it looks. So
Cap versus Wolverine. Somebody is going to face Darkseid, either Cap or Wolverine. Which is, I feel very bad for Cap or Wolverine.
Yeah, you need to get Dustin from Two Brothers because he's a big Cap fan.
Good Lord. Darkseid is basically a god versus look at all the people on that side of the bracket there. They're just like fancy humans.
Well, it's JB and Big Will.
JB is Cap then, huh?
Yeah. So
well, then who's X-Men Gold? Who's that?
X-Men Gold is Southern Comic Geek, but that is a Bishop. So
Bishop versus Thor. Ooh, so this is going to probably end with a couple of second-tier gods going head-to-head.
Yeah, well, the way it was, I didn't think, because that's one of the things I'm not doing teams. I'm not doing teams moving forward. I'm just going to do individuals because the way it's a good thing Darkseid won, because then you have to stick with Superman is the rule made now because that was what was chosen. So. But yeah, Big Will is arguing Captain America and JB's doing Wolverine.
Dude, are you seeing what they're saying in the chat? It is freaking hilarious.
They are pretty funny. Hello, Adrian. What's up, man? Pandas.
Shout out Ruben for joining the Burke family tier. Shout out to Adrian for joining the supporter tier. Thank you, guys. The Burke fan for joining up in here.
Nice. Dude. So thank you guys very much for joining me. This was a great fight, and I was very surprised.
John and I got to do another live stream together. It's been too long.
I was not surprised because I went into it even telling Burke, I was like, I think it's going to be a tough sell, just like Spider-Man versus Venom.
I was going to lose, dude.
A lot of people like the villain. They like the bad guy.
They do. Batman Who Laughs is popular. Noel is popular. Darkseid is popular.
Although
everyone wants to see that Snyder Cut, man.
Talk about a villain.
If it's coming up, if it's Darkseid versus Wolverine, my argument would be healing factor. Omega Beams mean nothing.
Yes, Perry, I lost.
Yeah. So John just couldn't cut it with Superman. He should have chosen Wolverine.
Yeah.
John lost. You didn't get in here. You didn't lurk early enough, Perry.
Yeah.
You got to be lurking here earlier to vote for John.
Click.
Yeah.
In the running. Darkseid is. I agree.
Darkseid is Team No Slaves.
Awesome. So it's a lot of fun. Congratulations, Burke. You are moving forward to which round is it now? It'll be the semifinals. Then to be arguing against either Captain America or Wolverine, JB or Big Will, whoever wins.
I feel like I got to come in here like John did and like sabotage it, because I did a bracket style one time on my channel, and John sabotaged it so Kavi couldn't win, and Kavi would have won the whole thing because he had 2 AF-15s in my comic book bracket. So I got to go in there. I got to sabotage it so Captain America.
You got to admit, it doesn't matter if you get Wolverine or Captain America. Darkseid's got a pretty good shot against either one of those.
He's got a pretty good shot.
I don't know that you need to sabotage that round.
True.
Well, we'll see. We'll have to see. So I look forward to it. So I look forward to the next week's, because I won both those, Captain America and Wolverine, but I wanted to move to the hosting role and let other people argue. So I gave 2 guys who hadn't had a chance to argue yet the characters to move forward. So, and I was going to go forward with Spider-Man and win the whole thing, and that didn't work.
Bishop for the victory.
Yeah, well, so
I love your unboxings of Spider-Man books, though, Mr. Comics 89. Like your reactions, they're great, man.
Yeah, so I just opened a big old one from Southern. He bought a bunch of books for me on my list, and I paid him for it. And one of the books there, John.
Oh,
beauty. What's your grade estimate on that?
Oh, this is not because this says Geo Macer number 8 VF, so that's obviously not that.
Yeah.
But I think it looks to me, I mean, some spine there, a little bit of a roll. I'm guessing 4.5 maybe kind of thing. I mean, it presents really well, so I don't care. And pressing would help with the spine, but that's otherwise. So
yeah, I had two copies. I think one was like a 6 and one was like a 3, and I sold the 3, and I might sell the 6. I want to get a really nice copy.
Yeah. Hey, Bert. Yeah, you don't have to kiss up anymore. You already won. So
hey, I'm just being nice, dude, because
there's nothing left
remember
but the Omega beams.
I want to say the first video that I ever watched, Mr. Comics 89, something bad happened. I can't remember, but he was not very happy. Like something bad was happening in his life or something, and he was super sad. So,
yeah, don't know.
Don't know.
I tend not to dwell. I burn through it, then I'm happy. Then I'm good. So,
what are you guys being for? Oh, sorry. What are you being for Halloween? And what are your kids being?
I don't know exactly because my wife's favorite holiday, and I'm not sure with the whole COVID situation. But I was gonna buy a pair of gray sweatpants because I had some Spider-Man suit from last year, and I was gonna go as Peter Parker from Into the Spider-Verse. I was gonna, the washed up.
Oh, nice.
Spider-Man. And I was going, hey, I can recycle here and just buy sweatpants.
It's sweatpants and a T-shirt, basically, is what you're doing there.
So I was like, going,
I can carry around a bagel.
What about you, John?
You know what? I'm working slowly on a really nice Doctor Strange costume. So slow and steady. I'll hopefully have a few more pieces this year. My girls, I've learned the lesson not to help my girls pick a costume too early because they'll change their mind. So we do not bring it up. We let them just kind of have their little flights of fancy, and then we get closer and we start really nailing them down and saying, you can't change your mind. It's been bad in the past. It's been bad.
I thought about being the Green Ranger for the 10th year in a row, just wearing a T-shirt. But I might just get a TMNT T-shirt to wear. And then my daughter's going to be Danny from Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. So, Poser, if you're on Instagram, hit me up and we can talk a little bit more there. Come in, hon.
I think he's under CB Poser on Instagram, if I'm remembering correctly.
But yeah, so anyway, is there anything happening on your guys' channels that you want to shout out real quick before we wrap it up?
I got a top 10 video coming out tomorrow, books to invest in for October. Thursday night chat, I got an unboxing coming this week. That's all I know for sure. What about you, John?
Yeah, so I just did a video on my channel talking about this issue of Uncanny X-Men, or all different X-Men, with my buddy No Good Comics. And then tomorrow I'm talking about Criminal, the Ed Brubaker run. And I'm breaking down the second volume of that with Comics Misexplained on my channel tomorrow night. And I've started a new edited comic book series on my channel, trying to find something that sticks. I'm doing a pull list, a weekly look ahead at the books I'm going to be grabbing the week ahead. So that drops on Thursday. So be ready on Thursday for an edited video from me.
Boom.
Apparently my wife is upset Superman lost and she's asking if she can still vote.
I tried my hardest. I did.
Nothing's really coming up on my channel this week except to some average few videos, couple unboxings and all that. I got a 40 for 40 box coming in from Will. That should be coming soon, hopefully beginning of next week. And so I'll have that video recorded and work together. Otherwise, the next big video coming up is either a My Collection video dropping on Monday, if I have that set up, or the last round of round of this one for the knockout with Wolverine and Captain America. I just have to nail down a date with JB and Big Will on that one. So.
Are you going to use that Mike Zeck cover with the shield and the Wolverine claws and the sparks? Because that's some fire.
That's definitely one of the promotional video pictures that I get. So I've tinkered with it the more I've done it, and so I've started doing promotional stuff just to see if I can get people excited about it. So that because the regular thumbnails are not that exciting. So. Maybe I'll do something a little more fun next time where it's a little more unique for each one. But I kind of like the uniformity. But anyway, so that's it. Thank you very much, Burke and John, for joining me. Once again, I was surprised by the outcome. I could have swore Superman had this one in the bag.
Of course Superman has it in the bag. Not everybody got to see it. I was studying.
Yeah, apparently you would have had a winner if my wife wasn't studying.
You and Perry. That was the deciders.
I don't even think my wife's ever heard of Darkseid. So
that's because Darkseid's not worth mentioning.
Well done.
Apparently,
John, you missed your biggest exhibit A.
Rewind.
All right. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you everyone for making this a very robust chat. This was definitely one of the more active and helpful ones. It's always nice to get this many people in here talking about it and
Yeah, it
helping
was fun.
keep it along, and just it's nice to be able to sit back. I think I did a better job of just sitting back and letting you guys argue. So it helps to have the right contenders going at it. So it's fun. But anyway, so thank you guys very much. John, I would really love to have you in the next round, or next season if you're up for it. And of course, I'll try and see if I can get a few new guys in there, just because if anyone wants to join, it's, like Comicgories, you want to spread the love around if anyone wants to join. And Berg, I look forward to the semifinals with you. So
Thank you.
hopefully the next time we argue with a knockout, it'll be a little bit easier to pin down a date.
Oh, was it bad this time?
No, just about as easy as it was last time.
Oh, I'm a busy man, dude.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. Superman, please, John's easier.
Oh, shoot. I'll just say yes to everything next time.
Well, just do it at a later time like this.
Just not on Thursday, and then not on Monday Night Football, and then Sunday on NFL and college, and Saturday. And
well, if it's later on the weekend or something like that, like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We figure it out one way or the other. So it's been fun. So thank you guys for joining me. Smash that like button if you guys, anyone in the chat hasn't done it yet. If you haven't subbed me or anyone in the chat up, or not in the chat, in the panel up, sub us up. These are great channels up here. Mine, mediocre, I guess, but these two are good guys. Definitely give them some love and support. And don't miss Comicgories. Don't miss your stuff. I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on
he's the Spec King. 10 books to invest in, man.
Oh yeah, that one.
That one and Thursday Night Chat.
Yeah, so but definitely check out these two channels if you haven't. They're definitely fun guys to watch. So till next time, this is Mr. Comics 89 and the Knockout. See you guys next time. Same time. Maybe not. Take care, everyone.